Welcome back, boys and girls. And after buying a property, our dreamland, with Gene, Daniel, and myself, Gene also want to get into do some deer hunting. So he asked me what I recommend. So I told him get 308 because ammunitions are easier to find than 6.5 Claymore and something that's accurate and light. And a few days later, he told me he bought this. This is Savage Axis Chamberlain 308, and this comes with Bushnell 3x9 scope. And this is in stainless, so it's all weather. And he paid $575 for it. Now, if this wasn't a stainless, it would have cost him about $100 less. Alright, let's start with the review. Okay, I gotta tell you, this is actually a quite nice looking rifle. And overall length on this is 42.5 inches long. And the barrel is 22 inches long. And it's free floating. And the twist rate is 1 to 10. And the bolt, now, that feels a little bit tight. I think it's because of the zero tolerance headspace control to improve the accuracy. When you unlock the bolt, it feels a little tight, but other than that, it's really smooth. Now, one thing that I also noticed is that you can see the little scraping mark on the scope because that bolt hand actually scrapes it. And even with a scope 3 to 9, if it's that tight, having a bigger scope becomes a problem. So I talked to Gene about that, and I recommended he should get a high scope rings, and that's on the way. And I'll show you that once we have the rings. And the safety is 2-stage safety, and this comes with one of my favorite trigger, which is the accutrigger, and we're gonna test the trigger. And this comes with detachable 4-round magazine, which snaps in pretty good. And now one thing I noticed is the grip seems to be a little too small for my hand. I do have a large size hand, but that seems a little bit too small. And the butt stop, it feels a little bit too narrow for me, even the recoil pad. So if I was to shoot a 308 with a heavier bullet like 165 or 180 grain, I might feel a little bit of a kick. And the recoil pad, it's not bad, but could be softer. And according to the manufacturer, the rifle is supposed to weigh about 6.3 pounds, and with the scope, it's supposed to weigh about 7.38 pounds. So we're gonna check that as well. Now let's check the trigger. Empty. Yeah, the grip is a little too small for me. Okay, that was very clean, but I feel like it was a little heavy. I think it'd be about maybe 3 pounds. Well, let's check it. Okay, 2 pounds and 13 ounces. I think I'm gonna adjust the trigger down to about 2 pounds. That's where I like it. Now, if you ask me what I think about Savage rifle, I'm a big fan of their accuracy, but I hate the bolt release. Okay, you gotta push that release button, pull the trigger, and pull out the bolt. So you really need 3 hands. But I do have a larger hand. That's how it goes. Okay, voila. Well, I guess I'm getting used to the Savage bolt release. Now this is Bushnell banner scope, power 3 to 9. Bushnell would not be my choice of scope, but I looked through it. It's not bad at all. And this is multi-X crosshair scope. So you could shoot it from 100 to 600 yards. Okay, let me show you the clearance between the bolt handle and the scope. It scrapes right there, that's the problem. Okay, let's weight the rifle with a scope. It's 7 pounds and 3.1 ounce. So it's actually very light rifle. I like that a lot. Okay, Gene gave me a box of Winchester Super X PowerPoint. So I'm gonna be breaking the barrel with this and also sight it in with this. Okay, let's see how that ammunition fits into the magazine. I don't like this type of magazine where you have to push it from the front and push it back. It's slower. 1, 2, 3. Wow. 4. Okay, it will take 4 in, but it's a little tight at the end. Now, one thing good about this type of magazine is that it's a double stack, but as it comes out, it lines up like a single stack. So chambering shouldn't have any problem. Yeah, it's tight. Huh. Okay, as I was taking the ammunition out, I noticed sometimes it nosedives and gets jammed here. I'm sure we won't have any problem in the rifle, but again, I'm not too crazy about this magazine. Oh yeah, much better. So I have it set probably, I know it's under 2 pounds for sure, but maybe 1.5 pounds, somewhere there, but we'll see. Okay, moment of truth. £1 and 13 ounce. £1 and 10.8 ounce. But again, accurate rifle is what really counts. Okay, I replaced the rings, and this is the original one they came with, and this is a high profile. So there's about a ½ inch difference in the height. Now let's check the butt lift. Look at that. No problem. Now previously I wasn't able to have my thumb over the bolt handle. I actually had to work the action like this. But now I could grab it and work it like this. And that really helps a lot. There's plenty of clearance. Now some of you might argue that my chick is lifted up a little too high. But honestly, in Virginia when I'm hunting, the distance is all within 100 yards. And at best, we might have only 3 seconds to shoot. So for me, fast action is more important. Or you could add a chick riser. Oh yes, right there. Now you probably never saw me using a chip riser even though I have one. And the main reason is that when I'm hunting, I like to keep things very simple and very quiet. And sometimes this tends to get a little noisy, so I'm not too crazy about it. Okay, now let's go ahead and see how well this shoots. Okay, I removed the bolt and I'm gonna bolt side it in because this was factory bolt sided previously with a different scope ring. Since I got the high profile scope ring, I'm gonna re-side it in. I'm doing my simple version of bolt siding in. Okay, I did bolt sided at home, so let's see how close I get. Oh wow, it's 6 o'clock, so that's not bad. It's still within a 3-inch target. Unlocking the bolt, it is a little stiff, and this being 308, it does have a pretty good push to it, but I have my recoil pad on it. Okay, so ready to set it in. At 25 yards, it's about inch low, so that's where I want it. So we'll go for now. Okay, as expected, trigger is really nice.
You look like you're right where you want to be, don't you?
Yeah. Are you breaking in your barrel too?
Huh?
Are you breaking in your barrel?
No, I'm just shooting. It's been brand new barrel, but I'm not doing that.
I break in all my barrels.
Yeah. So you just do that between every shot?
Well, for the first 5 shots, I'll do between every shot, and after the first 5 shots, I'll do every 3 shots. I'll do probably 3 or 4 of that, and then I'm done.
Cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yep, same on. Now the barrel is getting hot. It's elevating maybe about 1/4 inch. Okay, today's a little windy. We have wind factor about 10 to 11 miles an hour. But for 308, you should be fine. Besides, from tomorrow, it's going to get really cold for the next 10 days. And I'm not going to be out here. Okay. Okay, this is at 25 yards. All right, that's where it started, and that's where I ended up. Okay, we have to target out at 100 yards, and let's see how it goes.
Just put no, it won't back up either. When it has cock, it won't back up. Now I gotta take the motherfucker apart. What did those guys do when the Indians were coming? Yeah, they all died. Yeah, I think they did, yeah. Let's see, where's my two on there?
Whew, he's shooting way high. Woo! Right next to it. Yeah, two touching. Okay, I got two touching. If I could put just one more right next to it, I'd be super happy. I think I pulled that one. Okay, I got 3 shot left from Jean's Armory, so I'm gonna go for 3 shot group, no adjustment, just single, and I'm gonna be shooting at the left low target. He shot high. Okay, this is 100 yards. Okay, I was pretty happy here, and then it started going a little bit away from it. And the first shot of the last 3 shot group actually went high to at 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna take 2 more and see what happens. And I'm not sure if it's the scope or the rifle. Okay, it's right next to each other. Okay, last shot. I just hope I won't pull it. Okay, I probably have maybe 1.25 inches. Not bad. Okay, this is 3 shot group right there. Alright, from upper edge to upper edge is 1.06 inches, which is about 1 inch. And it's very exceptional for the first day. And I'm sure this will shoot much better as we shoot it more. And also try different ammunition, and I'm sure we could find something that will give a tighter group. So what do I think about the Savage Axis with an accutrigger in 308? I think this is a great entry rifle for any hunter or a shooter. And as you've seen it, on the first day while breaking the barrel, I was doing 1.06 inches. That's practically 1 inch, and that's always a good thing. Now, I'll be honest with you, if we had a better scope, and maybe put a barrel stabilizer or barrel dampener, I think this will shoot about 1/2 inch at 100 yards. But again, I've showed it to you as it is. But for Virginia, where hunting distance is within 100 yards, Power 9 scope with this rifle, this will be a great starter. Now, I was shooting Winchester PowerPoint, and this is 150 grain, and this comes out of barrel 28-20 feet per second. And it felt like it had more recoil than I expected, even with the extra limb saver. I've already given you pros and cons, so now I'm gonna give you my impression after shooting. Now, with a higher scope ring, the 90-degree bolt lift didn't have a lot of problem clearing it. Now, I did have a little bit of issue with unlocking it, because that does take some work. But after a while, I got used to it. But after unlocking it, this bolt is actually really smooth. But while I was shooting, I noticed that my point of impact did change, and I'm not sure if it was the barrel that needs to be broken in or it's the scope. Now, honestly, the reason I don't like Bushnell is that in the past, I tried a couple of Bushnells and I find myself resighting it after a few years. But again, it's too early to say this Bushnell has an issue. But I think this scope would make a great scope for 22 or 223. And the accutrigger, as always, it was great. I also like how light this rifle is. It's very light. Now let's talk about what I wasn't so happy with. Again, unlocking the bolt and the 90-degree lift. Again, the grip is a little small for me. And the butt stock is a little narrow. You can see it's got a play in it. But overall, for the price point, I think it's a great starter. Now I'll let you be the judge of it. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have, enjoy your life with what you got, but mostly find what works for you and start hunting.